Be me. 8 yo. Sister is 15. Deep South. Very Southern Baptist upbringing. You know the drill, no sex until marriage. Parents didn't even let us watch TV unsupervised. Put hard limits on any and all electronics we actually had. Sister isn't overly attractive, not a lard ass by any means, but just scrawny with nothing on top or bottom. She wasn't athletic, she just didn't like to eat and was always fidgeting and picking fights and other shit like that. We were all pretty pale skin, generic looking. Mom once knocked dad's sister's jaw loose because she said she must have a touch of nigger. Just to paint a picture of the family situation. Sis basically started it one night when we were both supposed to either by doing homework. If we didn't have any, we were supposed to do something quiet and leave our parents alone. Parents, I think, were doing something out of the house, probably yelling at, throwing rocks at someone. She came into my bedroom and basically quizzed me about what girls look like with their clothes off. I wasn't retarded, so I knew they didn't have dicks and that babies come out of them. But otherwise I was bullshitting. She offered to show me. Took off her ratty fucking sweatpants and there it was. Long story short, she basically would do this and stand there. Not asking me to do anything, just showing me and inviting me to look closer. But of course that escalated to longer periods of me gawking at her hairy twat. Then she started making me touch it, lick it. She was smart about it, didn't do it when parents or anyone else was home or could be expected to come home. Over the course of a couple weeks it evolved into me full on getting lessons on how to make her come. Never let me actually fuck her though, just made me service her. She stopped around the time I was 14 and started giving her more and more talked back shit. If you are socially retarded and have an IQ below room temperature, then the army is a great place. I may be socially retarded, Asperger's tier, but I have a high IQ. Be me. Ran away from home at age 15 to live with grandma. Went to private Catholic HS, living her. Classified as poor and low income despite her having $500,000 in stocks. Qualified for free college tuition to a state-funded school because technically poor. Don't know what major to take. Consider the Army National Guard. 25 UN 68 watts gives me GI Bill plus kicker. They also pay 100% tuition to state-funded school. Choose 25U. Like IT stuff enough, I decide to major in IT. Tuition is paid for twofold, meaning I get to pocket the cost of tuition. Plus I get GI Bill and kicker and drill pay. Don't have to work. I'm socially awkward and don't party, so I focus on my studies. Acquire a Bachelor's of Science degree in 3 years. Have 1 free year left. Knock computer science out in those 2 semesters since it shares some requirements as IT. Nepotism lands me a remote job my last year. Come out working full-time as a network engineer. Quit and join Fortune 500 company. Big company with thousands of sites mean repetitive tasks. Automate it with Python. Bosses wonder how I work so quickly. Get promoted to automation developer. Now make 6 figures. 28 years old and live in a 4-bed 3-bath house on an acre. All thanks to the army and me not being a retard. This one is actually pretty spooky, sorry for the length. Be me. 10 years old give or take. Family rents a cabin in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Arkansas during winter. Literally nothing around us for miles. Note left on the mantle, either from owner or previous tenant. Gather all firewood before dusk. Do not outside. Avoid the hall. I remember being old enough to be able to read the note and being confused by the spelling. Ask parents WTF it meant. I was a scaredy pants and thought it was talking about some monster called the hall or something. Dad laughs and says some spick probably just wrote a reminder in broken English to gather firewood to avoid any late night hauls. Dusk sets in. Starts drizzling. Loud af because cabin has a tin roof. Dark as shit pretty soon. We pack up for bed. It's just one giant room, so we're all sleeping together. None of us can sleep, a BC of loud ass rain on the roof. I'm still a bit scared from my idea of some monster. Suddenly, yellow, flashlight beam streaks across window. No curtains or blinds or anything, just a giant exposed window. Unmistakably a flashlight of some sort. Mom and Dad immediately shoot up straight in their beds. Look out window. Dude is just standing on the forest line. Probably 150-ish feet away from the cabin. Unmistakably a human figure. It's raining hard, but this silhouette is just standing there holding what looks like one of those big-ass D-cell battery flashlights. Silhouette walks backwards into the woods. Dad grabs Beretta from his bag and opens door. "Holy shit," he says, very loudly, "we are out of here." He corrals us to the car. Tells us to run. He fucking guns it out of there. We ended up driving like 30 miles into the nearest town and staying at a Best Western. He said he saw muddy footprints around the concrete porching leading up to the main window, side door. Me. Be in bedroom at night with curtains closed. Reading Ian Fleming's Live and Let Die. Close book and get ready for bed. Decide to look out the window, so I open the curtain a little bit in view of the street. See two hick white guys having a night stroll walking down the street, as where I live in the south, where it's generally safe to do that. My house sits pretty far from the street, so I'm able to look without them seeing me. See them stop in the middle of the street and stare in between two houses which are up against the woods. The woods are very dark at night, but with the street light I can make out what looks to be a normal deer up against the fence of the left house. Assume that they are just observing the deer. Realize that they weren't, and both them and the deer were actually looking deep into the woods. I drop my book on the floor by accident, so I go to pick it up. Look back out window. See the two hicks and deer stare back at me. Shit pants and close curtains. Hear the sound effect of what seems to be two men walking, changing both pitch and volume outside my window. Shitting bricks. Me. B7 yo. Piss with bad aim and hit top of bowl, splash on toilet floor and walls. Be scolded for an hour by mother. Want to avoid trouble. Piss in bathtub instead. No splashes, rinse after. Mother hears water running. Seuss. Busts me rinsing bath. Scolds me for pissing in bath. Explain I'm avoiding splashes. Me. Trying to find a job. Get a text from a random number. Anon, are you still interested in working for Little Caesars? Huh? I mean I am, but I haven't sent in an application yet. There's a link below the text. Didn't check it. Fast forward a couple of days. Randomly scroll through my texts. See message again. Decide to click on the link out of curiosity. The link takes me to the US Navy. What is your game, Navianins? I have a fanny pack full of $00. Me. Hear a bump in the night. Slap my old lady and tell her to grab her phone and find cover. Snap on my fanny pack. Grab 12 ga. Enter hallway and display myself to the intruders. The last thing they see before 9 pellets rip through them is a man with a rock-hard boner, completely naked other than a colorful fanny pack full of shotgun shells. Then they will know, I have a fanny pack full of $00. Me. Sitting in a Discord VC with my retarded friends. Conversation shifts to my friends' incest fetishes. Two of them admit to doing the same thing as greater than one of my friends with a background in psyche says, yeah, that's kinda common. Dude, I never did anything like that. They tell me, yeah, nah, that's probably because you're a milbret and never had as stable of a home as the rest of us. Being a milbret and having a crazy muck caused mommy that had me misdiagnosed, gave me schizotypal. MFW, this thread has me questioning if I'm the crazy porn addict like I thought or the normal one. Also no, even though I wish I had. She'd probably get angry and tell me to go fuck myself though.